You might think it's harmless, even necessary, to start your day with a hot cup of coffee. But if you're drinking it before eating anything, you could be accelerating aging in ways you never imagined. From spiking cortisol and wrecking digestion to silently inflaming your gut lining, this one morning habit might be taking a serious toll on your body, especially if you're over 60. In this video, we reveal the science-backed dangers of drinking coffee on an empty stomach and what to do instead to protect your energy, your hormones, and your health. You wake up groggy. Your hands reach for the same thing you've reached for every morning for years, that familiar, comforting cup of coffee. But here's what you don't see. Inside your body, a storm is already starting. When coffee hits your stomach before anything else, it doesn't just wake you up. It wakes up cortisol, your body's primary stress hormone. And for seniors, this sudden cortisol surge can quietly wreak havoc on systems that are already more fragile with age. Elevated cortisol levels in the morning can spike your blood pressure, mess with your blood sugar, and increase inflammation throughout the body, all before you've even had a bite to eat. Now, let's talk about your gut. When you drink coffee on an empty stomach, your digestive system goes into defense mode. Coffee is acidic. It stimulates the production of stomach acid, hydrochloric acid, which is necessary for digestion, yes, but not when there's no food to digest. This excess acid can begin to irritate the stomach lining, leading to gastritis, bloating, and, over time, even ulcers. And it's not just the stomach that suffers. Researchers from the University of Bath found that drinking coffee before breakfast significantly impairs glucose metabolism in adults, especially those over 60. That means your body becomes less efficient at managing blood sugar, leading to energy crashes, fatigue, and weight gain. The very thing you thought was giving you a boost might actually be setting you up for a day of imbalance. But perhaps the most dangerous part? You don't feel it happening. There's no dramatic symptom, no instant pain, just a slow buildup of low-grade inflammation, the kind that scientists have linked to almost every age-related disease: arthritis, Alzheimer's, heart disease, and even cancer. This is what doctors now call inflammaging, the silent aging process driven by persistent chronic inflammation inside the body. And drinking coffee on an empty stomach is like throwing gasoline on that internal fire. You may feel more alert in the short term, but what's happening beneath the surface could be accelerating wrinkles, draining your energy, damaging your gut lining, and even weakening your immune system. So what's the alternative? We'll get to that. But first, let's explore what really happens to your brain, skin, and bones when this daily habit goes unchecked, because the consequences aren't just internal, they show up on the outside too. You might not associate your morning cup of coffee with sagging skin or brittle bones, but your body does. Let's start with the skin. When you drink coffee on an empty stomach and cortisol spikes early in the day, your body shifts into what scientists call a catabolic state. That means it starts breaking down tissue, including collagen, the protein that keeps your skin firm, elastic, and youthful. Over time, high cortisol levels degrade collagen faster than your body can replace it, leading to thinner skin, more wrinkles, and that tired, drawn appearance that so many seniors attribute to just getting older. But in reality, it might be your morning routine working against you. And it doesn't stop there. Coffee, especially in large amounts or without food, also interferes with calcium absorption. According to a study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, caffeine can reduce calcium retention and increase calcium loss through the urine. For older adults, especially postmenopausal women, this can accelerate bone loss, weaken the skeletal structure, and increase the risk of fractures. So while your cup of coffee might feel like it's strengthening your day, it could be slowly weakening your bones. Then comes the brain, the one organ we all want to protect as we age. Coffee does provide short-term mental clarity, yes, But when consumed on an empty stomach, it causes spikes and crashes in adrenaline and blood sugar, which strain the brain over time. Studies from the University of California show that frequent cortisol spikes can actually shrink the hippocampus, the part of the brain responsible for memory formation. That's right, chronic exposure to high cortisol, especially in the early morning hours, has been linked to accelerated cognitive decline and even higher dementia risk in seniors. In essence, your body is being primed for stress. Your nervous system goes on high alert. Your insulin response becomes impaired. Your skin ages. Your bones thin. And your memory dulls. All because of a habit that's marketed as energizing and necessary, and yet there's a better way, one that still includes coffee but supports your body instead of fighting it. In the next section, we'll break down what happens when you pair your coffee with the right kind of breakfast, and how that one tweak could reverse the damage and bring back energy, focus, and better skin from the inside out. Let's be clear, coffee isn't the enemy. In fact, studies have shown that when consumed properly, coffee can be packed with antioxidants, improve focus, and even support longevity. The problem isn't the coffee. It's how and when it's consumed, especially for older adults whose bodies are more sensitive to hormonal fluctuations, inflammation, and nutrient depletion. So, how do you keep your beloved morning brew without letting it speed up the aging process? Step 1. Never drink it on an empty stomach. Before you take that first sip, make sure your body has something to buffer the acidity and cortisol response. A light breakfast, even something as simple as a banana with nut butter, Greek yogurt, or a slice of whole grain toast with avocado, is enough to stabilize your blood sugar and reduce the digestive stress caused by coffee. When you pair coffee with food, you're telling your body, it's safe, we're nourished, there's no emergency, and this simple shift helps reduce that morning cortisol spike that's been quietly wearing you down for years. Step 2. Add healthy fats or collagen to your coffee. MCT oil, grass-fed butter, or a scoop of collagen peptides can slow the absorption of caffeine, leading to a smoother, more sustained energy release, and less of the post-caffeine crash. Bonus, collagen directly supports your skin, joints, and gut lining, helping counteract the breakdown caused by elevated stress hormones. Step 3. Watch your caffeine dose. For most seniors, 1 cup, about 100 milliliters of caffeine, is more than enough. Going beyond that, especially without hydration or food, can lead to dehydration, anxiety, and sleep disturbances that continue the cycle of fatigue and inflammation. Step 4. Drink water first. When you wake up, your body is dehydrated. Jumping straight to a diuretic like coffee only worsens this. Drinking a glass of water first thing helps rehydrate your organs, kickstart your digestion, and cushion your body against the diuretic effect of caffeine. And finally, Step 5. Time it right. Most people drink coffee the moment they wake up, but studies show that waiting 60-90 minutes after waking allows your natural cortisol peak to settle, giving your body time to regulate before introducing an additional stimulant. You'll experience fewer jitters and a gentler energy boost, all without sacrificing your morning ritual. The bottom line? Coffee isn't harmful when it's respected. Treat it like a powerful medicine, one that can support you or stress you depending on how you use it. Now that you know how to protect your body while still enjoying coffee, let's go deeper. Because what you add next to your morning routine could dramatically influence how you age, feel, and function, even more than coffee itself. You've adjusted how you drink your coffee. That's a powerful start. But now it's time to take your mornings from just not harmful to actively healing. The right additions to your routine, right after waking up, can literally shift your body from a state of inflammation and fatigue into one of vitality, youthfulness, and clarity. Let's look at 3 science-backed habits that are simple to implement but carry massive anti-aging potential for seniors. 1. Lemon water with a pinch of sea salt. Before anything else, start your day with a glass of warm water, the juice of half a lemon, and a pinch of unrefined sea salt or Himalayan salt. This hydrates your cells after a long night's rest, replenishes trace minerals that are critical for nerve and muscle function, and supports healthy digestion. Lemon contains vitamin C, a powerful antioxidant that helps repair cellular damage and supports collagen synthesis, which directly affects skin elasticity and joint health. The salt. It provides minerals like magnesium and potassium, which regulate hydration and keep your heart steady. This simple drink also gently wakes up the liver, helping your body flush out toxins that can accumulate overnight and accelerate aging from within. 2. A protein-rich mini breakfast. You don't need a huge meal, just enough protein to signal to your body that it's time to build, not break down. Think: 1 boiled egg, a few spoonfuls of Greek yogurt, a small protein smoothie, or even almond butter on toast. A study published in the Journal of Nutrition, Health and Aging found that seniors who consume at least 20 grams of protein in the morning experience better muscle retention, mental clarity, and metabolism throughout the day. Protein curbs cortisol, stabilizes blood sugar, and gives your brain the amino acids it needs for sharper focus. It also helps your body recover from the internal wear and tear that naturally increases with age. 3. Gentle morning movement, just 3 to 5 minutes. Here's what most people don't realize. Blood flow is medicine. When you stretch, breathe, or take a short walk within 30 minutes of waking, you stimulate circulation to your brain, joints, and skin. This doesn't just boost energy, it delivers nutrients and removes cellular waste more efficiently, which slows down the cellular aging process. Even something as basic as reaching your arms overhead, rotating your spine gently, or doing a few standing leg lifts in your kitchen while your coffee brews can make a measurable difference. Gentle movement reduces stiffness, improves lymphatic drainage, and can elevate your mood for the rest of the day. And here is a bonus tip. If you want to supercharge your results, consider combining all 3. Hydrate first, eat a protein-rich snack, and stretch lightly while listening to calming music or stepping outside for a minute of sunshine. This stacks multiple anti-aging signals at once, and your body responds quickly. In the next section, we'll bring all of this together with the inspiring story of one senior who made just 2 simple changes and experienced a dramatic turnaround in energy, sleep, and mood within just weeks. Meet Linda, 72 years old, retired school teacher, grandmother of 4. For years, she couldn't figure out why she felt so drained by mid-morning. Her mornings always started the same. Wake up, pour a strong cup of black coffee, scroll through the news, and skip breakfast altogether. It was a routine she swore by for decades, but as she got older, that routine started turning on her. The fatigue got worse. Her hands began trembling slightly after her second cup. Her skin lost its glow. She had trouble sleeping, and her digestion, which used to be smooth, became unpredictable and uncomfortable. Her doctor said her labs looked normal, but she knew something was off. Then, during a casual lunch with a friend, she heard something that changed everything. "You're drinking coffee on an empty stomach? I used to do that. My nutritionist told me it was aging me inside out." That was the first time Linda had heard the connection. She was skeptical. After all, it was just coffee, right? But curiosity got the better of her. That night she started researching. The more she read, the more shocked she became. Cortisol spikes, gut lining damage, collagen loss, calcium depletion. Everything she had been feeling was right there in the studies. The morning coffee wasn't just harmless. It was likely at the root of her symptoms. So Linda made a decision. One small change. Instead of pouring coffee first thing, she began her mornings with a glass of lemon water and a few slow stretches near her window. Then she ate half a banana with a spoonful of peanut butter. Nothing big, just enough to settle her stomach. Only then did she enjoy her cup of coffee, this time with a splash of oat milk and a scoop of collagen powder. The result? Within 10 days, her digestion eased, her energy stabilized, the trembling in her hands disappeared, and she began sleeping through the night again, something she hadn't done in over 5 years. One change, that's all it took. Linda didn't give up coffee. She just gave her body what it needed first. And that one act of kindness toward herself triggered a ripple effect. Clearer skin, brighter moods, sharper thinking. By the end of the month, her neighbors even started commenting on how well she looked. Her secret? A 90-second shift in her morning ritual. And the best part? She didn't spend a dime. No pills, no gimmicks. Just awareness, consistency, and respect for her body's natural rhythm. Now she swears by her new morning routine, and she tells everyone who will listen. It wasn't about giving something up, it was about giving myself a better start. In the next section, we'll connect the dots. Why aging faster isn't about one bad habit, but about tiny daily choices that either heal or harm, and how to stack the odds in your favor starting tomorrow morning. Aging isn't something that happens overnight. It's not one dramatic event or even a few bad years. It's a slow accumulation, a daily compound effect of the tiny choices we make without even realizing their impact. Think of your morning like the opening scene of a movie. It sets the tone for the entire day. If your body starts in a stressed, dehydrated, and inflamed state, with elevated cortisol, blood sugar spikes, and gut irritation, it's forced to play catch-up all day long. You feel more tired, more anxious, less sharp, and your cells are aging in the background, quietly but steadily. But shift the script, just slightly, and everything changes. A few sips of lemon water, a stretch, a light breakfast before coffee, a calm moment before turning on your phone. These micro habits tell your body, you're safe, you're nourished, you're supported, and that one message can lower inflammation, improve hormone regulation, and shift your nervous system out of fight or flight and into repair and rejuvenate. That's how aging slows down. In fact, scientists now refer to this process as inflammaging, the gradual damage caused by chronic low-grade inflammation that builds up over time. But what's exciting is that inflammation isn't fixed. It's dynamic. It responds to your decisions, your food, your mindset, your morning routine. One study published in Frontiers in Aging Neuroscience found that seniors who adopted 3 or more positive morning habits, such as hydration, light movement, and delayed caffeine, had up to 38% slower biological aging markers than those who started their day in a stressed state. That means your real age and your biological age can be different. And the good news? You get to decide which one wins. Here's the truth. It's not about being perfect. It's about being consistent. Small, doable daily actions that send the right signals to your cells, over and over again. A few minutes of sunlight in the morning helps regulate sleep hormones. A tablespoon of protein slows cortisol and supports muscle repair. Swapping your first drink from coffee to water gives your organs the hydration they need to function optimally. These aren't trends. They're time-tested, research-backed choices that align your body with its natural healing rhythms. So yes, that one thing you've been doing every morning, coffee on an empty stomach, may have been working against you. But now you know better. And the moment you act on that knowledge, you flip the script. You're not aging faster, you're aging smarter. And in the final section, we'll share one last surprising insight, something most seniors never hear, about how your first 10 minutes after waking up can become the most powerful anti-aging tool you'll ever use. There's a moment every single morning when your body is more programmable, more responsive, and more vulnerable than at any other time in the day. It's the first 10 minutes after you wake up, and almost nobody talks about it. This is your body's biological reset window. Your cortisol is peaking. Your brain is transitioning from theta waves to full alertness. Your hormones are scanning your internal environment to decide, is today a threat or an opportunity to heal? In those 10 minutes, your nervous system is still impressionable. The signals you send it, through food, breath, movement, hydration, or even emotion, create a biochemical ripple effect that sets the tone for everything that follows. If your first signal is stress, like scrolling bad news, drinking coffee on an empty stomach, or skipping food, your body takes that as a cue to guard, tighten, conserve. That means more inflammation, slower digestion, higher blood pressure, and faster cellular aging. But if your first signal is nourishment, calm, or care, like warm water, protein, sunlight, or even a kind thought, your body opens up. It releases tension. It balances hormones. It turns on healing and regeneration. And here's the kicker. The effects of that 10-minute choice echo throughout your day. A study in psychoneuroendocrinology found that individuals who experienced positive physiological inputs within 10-15 minutes of waking had better blood sugar regulation, lower cortisol throughout the day, and even higher melatonin production at night, which means deeper sleep and slower aging. Imagine that. 1 glass of lemon water, a stretch by the window, one kind meal before coffee. Not only does this cost nothing, it might be the most valuable anti-aging medicine you've never used. And now you know it exists. This is what most seniors never realize. You don't have to overhaul your life to reverse aging. You just have to take control of your first 10 minutes. That's where transformation begins. Not with pills, not with expensive therapies, but with tiny choices that stack up, silently, consistently, until one day you look in the mirror and realize you're aging in reverse.